to another Premier League predictions. Now, last week I took on Matt, and we have finally got a new leader. He has got 25 points. He may not have overtaken Sam, but he's level on top with him. 25 points, so the same amount of correct scores and results as Sam. So today we've got another Liverpool fan, our fourth Liverpool fan on the series. Tom, how you doing?
Yeah, good to be on. It's a privilege.
Yep. So basically, yeah, Premier League preview, you know how it goes. 3 points to the correct result and 5 points to the correct score. We've got a couple of changes today because it's not going to be entirely Premier League. We've already had 3 games played. The games in hand, obviously, because the FA Cup is this weekend. So there are 3 games missing from our selections this weekend. So we've got the 2 FA Cup games, and then we've got a Championship game. So yeah, Macca, how do you think it's going to get on?
I'll take top half. I just said top 4 to you, but I'll take top half this week.
Right, okay, decent. So, because Watford and Fulham already played 4-1, Wolves beat Man United 2-1 and City beat Cardiff 2-0, we start off with Southampton against Liverpool. So, Macca, as a Liverpool fan, I'm going to let you start this.
Yeah, God, it's hard to call it, isn't it? Well, Liverpool obviously want to win the league, but no easy game, but I fancy them, so I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay, yeah. I think that Southampton they've been on a decent form lately, and like they haven't done perfectly, and they're going to want to get out of that sort of relegation scrap because it is very tight down there now. Because we've already got 2 teams relegated, so it's literally between Cardiff and I'd say Bournemouth. I think we're too far away from getting relegated now, so I think that. Liverpool are going to win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Liverpool win. Yeah. So, we move on to our Saturday games. We have Bournemouth against Burnley to start off with. A very difficult game to call. But I think Burnley are going to be sort of dragged more into it. So, I think that Burnley are going to lose. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Bournemouth win.
It's a good fixture.
It is a very good fixture.
They're both in the mix, but I'm going to go Bournemouth as well. I'm going to go 2-1. I think Burnley will score, but yeah, I think Bournemouth will take the 3 points.
Okay. Yeah. So for our next game, we have Newcastle against Crystal Palace. Oof, that's another tight one.
It's a tough one to call that.
It's another relegation. It's the battle of the relegation teams this weekend, really, isn't it? I'd have to say Palace are doing very decent lately. Once again, it's whether Zaha turns it on or not, but I'm going to go for a 2-0 Palace win. I think Newcastle are going to be dragged into it.
Wow. See, I'm going to go different. I think both teams will score, but I think it'll be a draw, so I'm going to go 1-1. I think obviously Newcastle, massive ground, massive crowd, get behind them. They've done alright in recent weeks. So yeah, I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. Right, okay. So for our final game in the on the Saturday 3 o'clock games is Huddersfield against Leicester. Now Huddersfield obviously already been relegated after a 2-0 loss against Palace. I'd have to say that Leicester, they're chasing for that European spot. No reason why they shouldn't be going for it, especially with Wolves and Watford in the semi-final. One of them's going to be in the final by the end of the weekend. So whoever gets into the final is obviously going to concentrate more on that because runners-up don't get European football now, so they're going to want to really go for it. I'd have to say it's going to be obvious Huddersfield playing for pride, but I think they're gonna sneak another win because they've sneaked a couple of wins this season, especially the double over Wolves. So I'm going to go for 2-1 to Huddersfield.
Wow.
Yeah. That's bold, isn't it?
Very brave. A bit of a free hit, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously Huddersfield relegated, but it's a case of them playing for their future, I guess. Next season, the Championship. But since Rodgers has come in, Leicester, they've been very promising, especially attacking wise. So I don't see that slowing down. I think Vardy will be back in the goal. So I'm going to go a comfortable 2-0 Leicester.
So comfortable. Oof. Right. Okay. So that is it for the Saturday games. We move on to the Championship games. Now the one that we have gone for, the one that Macca decided to go for because it was his choice, is Sheffield Wednesday against Aston Villa. Now, it is very tight towards that top end of the Championship, especially towards the playoffs. Villa are turning it on since Grealish has come back. Sheffield Wednesday have also done decent recently. I think it's either going to be a draw. I think Villa could nick it, so I'm going to go for. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Villa win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goals. Like I say, since Grealish has come back, Villa have done really well. It's definitely no coincidence their form's picked up since he's come back. But I think since Bruce has come in there at Sheffield Wednesday, they've certainly improved. And now, last weekend, obviously Gary Hooper, he's come back from a very long injury. Scores a lot of goals, so it's going to be really tight. I can't call a winner, but I do think there'll be goals. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah, it's going to be a high scoring affair, isn't it?
Having said that, though, Wednesday's defensive record is good.
Yeah.
Since Bruce has come in. Oh, yeah, so I've said it now, 2-2.
Oh. Right, so we move on to the first of the two semi-finals in the FA Cup. We start off with Manchester City against Brighton. Now, City are chasing for the quadruple. It's very much alive. They've already won the League Cup. Sort of on their way to the Champions League. Obviously, very close, very tight in the Premiership between them and Liverpool. And yeah, could happen, but at the very least, you'd expect City to do a double or possibly a treble. But Brighton, they will probably have a lot to play for because, well, they're really in the mix. So, I mean, European football and in the Championship, it's a tight one. So I think City are going to edge it. I'm going to go for 2-1 Man City.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it is going to be very tight.
Yeah, I can see it being tight early on. But then again, having said that, how many goals does City score very early in games? I think Brighton will turn up, they'll have a go, but I think City will just be too strong.
Yeah.
Like I said, chasing the quadruple. I'm going to go 3-0 Manchester City. Yeah, I think it'll be comfortable. Brighton will give it a go. They'll show a lot of fight, but I think City's quality on the field and on the bench, obviously, plays to Bruno. I think that'll be too much.
Okay. Yeah, so we've only got the one Premiership game on the Sunday. Everton against Arsenal at Goodison Park. Now, Arsenal are really chasing for that fourth place spot. Because at the moment, I'd say it's between them, Tottenham, Chelsea and Manchester United for the top four spot. It is really, really tight up there. I can see this going no other way than an Arsenal win, despite the fact that Everton did beat West Ham last week. Yeah, I can see Arsenal coming away with this, so I'm going to go for a 3-1 Arsenal win.
Wow, that is bold.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a similar Everton that we saw against Chelsea when they beat them at home. I think it'll be a similar Everton we saw against Liverpool when they drew. They played well in both games, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, Goodison Park, once that gets rocking, then it's obviously a tough place to go as it is, but once the fans get behind them, it will certainly spur them on. So I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton? Really?
Yeah, I am.
Talk about bold.
I am indeed.
Yeah. Right, so for our last Sunday game, we have the big FA Cup match, Wolves against Watford. Now, obviously, Wolves and Watford, they're challenging for that 7th spot, so whoever's going to be in the final is obviously going to prioritise that, because they're going to take silverware over a European spot, won't they? Wolves, I'd say they'd want to go for it, but after losing against Burnley, I mean, that could just be because when you concentrate on a cup, like your league form dips. So I can't really pick a winner out of this.
You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to because it's a cup game.
Hey, you could be bold. Could go extra time penalty.
I could. I think it's gonna end up a 2-2 draw. Wolves win on pens.
Wow.
That's gonna be my prediction.
Chuck it out even more. Score on penalties.
Oh, that's gonna be a bit hard, isn't it?
Go for it.
I don't know. I think it'd be I think it'll be one miss. I'm going to go for 5-4. 5-4 on pens. Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
See, I was at the game at Molineux earlier in the season when Wolves played Watford. I was at the Watford end with a few of the lads, and Watford absolutely boxed Wolves that day. They were really good. 1-2-0. But I can't see happening again. It's a really tough one to call. It really is, because on their day, both sides are certainly.
They are great. They are great on their days.
But I think the way Wolves have been going lately, it's just they had 2 really good wins in the FA Cup, beat Liverpool and Manchester United both at home. I'm going to say Wolves in 90 minutes.
Wolves in 90 minutes.
I'm going to go 1-0.
Oh,
I think it'll be.
You think it's going to be that tight and low scoring?
Very cagey, yeah. I do.
Yeah. So, for our Monday night game, Chelsea are at home to West Ham, my boys. Now, I did a preview on Emma's CFC TV's channel, and I said that it will be tight because Stamford Bridge has been a decent place for us to go over the last 4 or 5 years. We haven't done too bad there, getting at the most draws where we should really have won, and then losses where we should have drawn or gotten more out of it. But after the Everton game, I think it's proven that Arnautovic and Perez shouldn't start. But if they do, then I think that's going to really bugger us in terms of really going for this 7th place spot. Because I think we're out of it now after the loss against Everton. So it's just
in it.
Really? Do you not think so?
No, I'm just winding you up.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for the same prediction that I went for on Emma's channel, and I went for a 1-1 draw, which is actually quite bold. I have actually gone quite bold this week, and I don't know why.
Tinted glasses off. He's got his West Ham tinted glasses.
Well, yeah, but Sarri's pretty much lost the dressing room. I think he's going to be gone by the end of the season. So I think that it's going to. So I think Chelsea are going to have a sort of dented mindset, and everything's going to go a bit pear, especially if Hudson-Odoi and Hazard don't start, like against Cardiff. It's just dependent on how Sarri looks at this game. So 1-1 draw I'm going to go for. So he clearly thinks we're going to lose.
Yeah, I think with Sarri this season, his main trait has been his stubbornness.
Yeah.
Obviously, how long it took for him to integrate Hudson-Odoi. He got his first start the other night. He started for England before he started for Chelsea.
Exactly,
so.
That's what I said.
But he started the other night. He got an assist in the first half. Did well. Loftus-Cheek's back in the squad. Scored 2 and 2 now. I think Chelsea will win. But it's a case of will West Ham score, which I don't think they will. So I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think 2-0 Chelsea.
But I thought that would have been your prediction. Right, so our last game isn't actually for a couple of weeks because Brighton are obviously in the semi-final and they still got to play their game in hand. Yeah, it's not for another couple of weeks. So you're not going to find out how you've got on until match week 35. So you've got a couple of weeks. Things could really change before.
Why is it so long?
I don't know. I guess obviously because of the problems that Spurs have had trying to get into their new stadium. Obviously they're in now, so the long wait is over. They beat Crystal Palace 2-0, was it? On the first game?
Son and Eriksson.
Yeah, it was Son and Eriksson. Yeah, I can't really see this going any other way than the Tottenham win, so I'm going to go standard 3-0.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Spurs will win. Like you say, being at their new stadium, which is something else really, isn't it? It's spot on. So I think Spurs will win, and I'm going to go. You know what? 4-0.
4-0. Really? You think it's going to be? Well, I know it's. Well, that's only one more goal than what I said.
So long to wait anyway. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the end of our predictions. Macca, how do you think they're going to fare out for you?
I think you've been a bit bolder than I have.
Really? Because I think there's a couple where you've got to be. Especially on Newcastle Palace.
What a draw!
Yeah, I honestly think Palace will win that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's dependent on if Zaha turns it on. So I mean, yeah, we'll have to see how it goes because you'll have to wait a couple of weeks before you find out how you get on. So I mean, you could by the end of the weekend be close to taking over Matt or Sam. So I mean, looking at that, like it is pretty tight now because I think it's like 5 points between 6th and top. So I mean, you've got quite a lot to sort of go through. Just as long as you don't get like that single figure, as long as you're not in that group.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for double figures.
Yeah, should be.
Hopefully, if I can get above, who do I want to get above? Yeah, I'd like to get above Joe.
Yeah, because obviously you live with Matt and Ollie, so there's obviously a bit of rivalry there. And also you're going to want to be above the Liverpool fans, aren't you? So Ollie's probably your top person to go against because Breen and Matt they haven't really done that well. So yeah. Right, so that is about it. Macca, thank you for coming down, doing this. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video.